The sudden brightness made my eyes water, but I couldn't wipe the tears away. I heard the echo of announcements bouncing off the high ceilings, something about unattended bags and security alerts. The wheels of the cart squeaked on the shiny floor. Dad walked next to us carrying our 4 passports and a folder with all the Mexico paperwork. My head bounced slightly with each push of the cart, and I had to concentrate hard on keeping my body limp and my breathing steady. The terminal was mostly empty this early in the morning. Just a few tired travelers scattered around. We passed a coffee shop that wasn't open yet, and a closed gift shop with its metal gate pulled down. The overhead lights were so bright they hurt even through my eyelids. Mom's shoes clicked on the floor in that fast rhythm that meant she was nervous. She was pushing the cart faster now, heading toward the international check-in counters at the far end of the terminal. The airline agent looked up from her computer screen as we approached. I could see her through my eyelashes. A woman maybe in her 30s with her hair pulled back in a bun. She glanced at her screen, then at us, then back at her screen. Her eyebrows pulled together and she tilted her head slightly. She typed something on her keyboard and her frown got deeper. She picked up her phone and made a quick call, and within a minute another agent in a supervisor vest came over. They had a quiet conversation while looking at us, and the supervisor pointed at something on the computer screen. The first agent nodded and gestured toward us on the cart. I felt a tiny spark of hope flicker in my chest. Someone was noticing. Someone was seeing that something was wrong with 4 identical teenage girls who weren't moving or responding. The supervisor leaned closer to get a better look at us, and I saw her mouth move in a question to my parents. I knew this was my chance. I forced my eyes to focus even though the drugs made everything blurry. The agent leaned down closer to check if we were breathing, her face coming into clear view just inches from mine. I gathered every bit of control I had left and let one single tear slide down my cheek. It rolled slow and obvious down to my jaw. Her eyes went wide and she jerked back fast, her hand reaching for the phone on the counter. She said something sharp to the supervisor and pointed right at my face. The supervisor's expression changed completely and she grabbed the phone too. Mom started talking in that sweet voice, explaining something, but the agents weren't listening anymore. They were making calls and looking at us with concern and alarm instead of just mild confusion. 3 minutes later, an airport police officer walked up fast, his hand resting on his belt. He was tall and black with kind eyes that looked at us first before turning to my parents. His name tag said Hayes, and he pulled out a small notebook. He asked my parents why 4 teenagers were completely unresponsive at 4 in the morning. Dad launched into the story they'd practiced, his voice smooth and reasonable. He explained we were anxious flyers who got nervous about traveling. He said Mom had given us some medication to help us rest for the flight. He smiled that charming smile he used with teachers and doctors, the one that usually made people trust him and stop asking questions. Mom jumped in with more details, her voice sweet and concerned like she was the most caring mother in the world. She talked about the special arts camp in Mexico we were attending. She said we'd been so excited we couldn't sleep for days. She explained how she'd given us something mild and safe to help us rest for the long flight. She used words like responsible parenting, and their best interests, and just want them to be comfortable.
Click the link in my bio to get the full story for free.